great tool. It works really, really well, and we're going to walk through today. So you guys are going to see how powerful it is and why it's powerful. I think that's important to know why, and you're going to see exactly how I set it up and use it, and I use it a lot. So those of you that are interested in purchasing it, it's closed if you go directly to their website, but if you go through this link, there's a backdoor access if you want to purchase it. All right, so that said, what we're going to cover is what is CTR, or click-through rate, and why is this important. Any of you guys that had watched the webinar that I'd done last year, this is the same presentation. It's been edited, obviously, and updated for the training today, but just in case this looks familiar. So what is click-through rate, and why is this important? How to manipulate click-through rate, or what I call CT spam, or click-through spam. Guys, remember, spam has a negative connotation. I understand that, but I personally really like spam. You know, spam is my friend, so I don't mind calling it CT spam. If you don't like that term, well, then just don't use it. Types of click-throughs, supercharging PBNs and Web 2.0 networks, and in campaign setup. So click-through rate and how to manipulate. So what is click-through rate, and why is this important? So here I'm going to drop some links, guys, onto the events page, because there's some supporting documents that I want to share with you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and drop all of these right now in one post, and then we'll get back to the presentation. Give me one moment. This is, I'm just going to drop these, share, and now we're going to go back and open some of these up in just a moment. All right, so click-through rate and why is this important? In the 2015 search ranking factors, the big one is search metrics. That's the one that comes out every year that they show what signals or metrics that they're tracking across a large set of sites that they monitor. I guess what kind of relationships they can find between certain metrics that they're tracking and where the sites are ranking. So it's a study that comes out every year. Everybody's always looking forward to it. I'm one of them. You know, it's pretty exciting when it comes out. And in 2014 was the first year that actually click-through rate, which is a user engagement metric, actually was the #1 ranking factor, according to this survey, right? The search metrics study that they do. And in 2015, once again, it was on top. So, and we're going to go take a look at these in just a minute. But Moz also does a survey as well. So let's go jump over here and we'll take a look at a couple of these. You guys have the links on the page if you want to go look at them yourself. Take a look at Moz first. And Moz does a survey, and if you scroll down and you take a look, what they're saying is, according to Moz, what they think is the 5th most important metric is engagement and traffic query data, and this is basically where what we're talking about with user engagement metrics, which I think is they're, according to the Moz algorithm or whatever, their study or their survey. I don't know exactly what the criteria was that they used for this, but they're saying #5. I think it's higher than that. I think it's in the top 3 or even, I think it's one of the most important metrics is actually user metrics, and it's just going more that way is my point. And the trend proves that from the search metric study. So let's go take a look at that real quick. There's 2 links there, guys. The first one is just the actual post on the search metric site about it. The second one is just the link to the PDF. So it's a little bit easier to see. So if we take a look at the ranking factors for 2015, again, this was the 2nd year in a row that you can see the #1. If we were to, it's acting funny. The cache or whatever is acting funny, but you can see that the one metric that is given more weight than anything else in this entire PDF, this entire infographic, is the click-through rate. Okay, so this is the 2nd year in a row now that that's been the case, click-through rate. So if we know that, then obviously as SEOs, how can we spam that? How can we manipulate that? Right, and that's what crowd search does, and there's multiple ways that you can manipulate that. Crowd search just automates it. I love it. There are other programs out there that do similar things. I haven't tried any of the other ones because I happen to use crowd search since it was first launched in November of 2014, and I've been using it ever since. So anyways, ways to manipulate click-through rate, or CT spam as I call it. Bots, which aren't very effective. There are some bots out there that you can purchase. I have tested bots. But they're not very effective. There's microtask workers. Microtask workers is how I actually used to manipulate click-throughs before crowd search. I had done this multiple times. I would use this as a way to, when in a really competitive niche, even as far as back as 2.5 years ago, even 3 years ago, I was doing some microtask worker stuff. That's manual though. In other words, you have to go set up the campaigns. You have to fund your microtask campaign. Anybody who doesn't know what a microtask worker is, just so you guys know, that's stuff like shorttask.com is one of them. Another one is, I think, microtaskworkers.com, or it might just be microtask.com. There's another one called Mechanical Turk, which is an Amazon property, and that's where you can basically you can hire people to do tasks online for sometimes pennies, and that's what I used to do before crowd search was available. Was I would go in and set up a little gig where I would say, I need you to go search for this particular keyword phrase, then find this link, click on it. Once you're on that page, click to the Contact Us page, which shows some activity on the site, blah blah blah, and that's how I would do it. And I would do that for YouTube videos too. But now with crowd search, you don't need to do that. Microtask workers is a great way to do it. It works really, really well, but it takes a lot of, it just more time to set it up. And I like the automated fashion of crowd search much better. Okay, so again, there's the link to crowd search. The types of click-throughs, guys, this is what's important, because I haven't watched the sales video for crowd search since it was launched last year. So I don't know if Dan has updated it based on the stuff that I've showed him, which is kind of funny, because a lot of the stuff that I've been using the hell out of the crowd search now for a long time, and using it and finding various ways to manipulate user metrics with it that eliminate or almost 100% reduce or eliminate my potential footprint issues. And so I don't know if the sales page and stuff has been overdone, or been redone, but I know that originally when it launched, I recommended not using it the way that it was shown in the sales video and in the sales copy, because there could be some potential negative consequences. So I talk about how to do different, the different types of click-throughs and what I feel is the safest way to use this tool, and that's what we're going to talk about now. So there's direct click-throughs, and that's when you go do a click-through from search, right? So a keyword search is going to bring up results, and then you click through from the results. Now that's good, and that's what the sales page, again, it may have been updated. I probably should have reviewed it before this webinar, but that's how it's advertised. It's advertised to use, or at least it used to be, for mainly keyword searching and getting that click-through. And what that does is that starts to associate that keyword with your site from the click-through. The more that happens, the more Google is going to give you, rank you higher for that keyword, right? But the problem is that this can be dangerous, especially with local, because if you guys are doing like, let's say you're in a city and you're going to be trying to rank a plumber site, for example, and in the keyword planner it shows that plumber Atlanta gets 140 searches per month. It probably gets more than that in Atlanta, but let's say you're in a smaller suburb where it registers very little traffic or none at all. It doesn't, for that exact keyword, it shows 0 traffic metrics. It doesn't show up at all in keyword planner. Doesn't mean people aren't searching for it, because trust me, they are. But it just means that it wasn't tracked. But let's just say Atlanta, Georgia, and I'm just pulling a number out of the air, guys, but let's say that it had 140 searches per month is what it's showing as the average search volume per month for that keyword phrase, plumber Atlanta or plumber Atlanta GA, one of those two, right? If you go in and set up a keyword search campaign and you have it doing, 40, 50 clicks per month, searches and clicks through per month, that's going to look spammy. Why? Because if you take the 140 and you divide it up by what is typically the normal distribution of clicks from the top 3 listings, it's something like, and I don't remember the numbers off the top of my head, but the first listing gets like about 60% of the clicks or something like that, guys. I don't have this is something you can look up, but the second place listing gets, I don't know, 20% or something like that, and the third place listing gets like 12 or 14%. Anything beyond that, it just kind of tapers off, except for the very last listing, which listing number 10 always ends up having a little bit of a bump over the ones in the middle, if that makes sense. So my point is if you take 140 and you divide that by whatever that the first place position Like, or my point is, if you're doing like 50 click-throughs for a keyword search and you're not in the top 3, that's going to look very unnatural, right? Because now you're getting a unusual amount of click-throughs for where you are positioned, especially if you're not on page 1 or something like that. So I always recommended keyword direct click-throughs to money sites using crowd search was not the smartest way to do it, because you would end up, you know, potentially causing harm for click-through spam, right? If Google decides to crack down on this, or they would just not count your traffic altogether. They just wouldn't give you credit for that traffic and give you any more benefit for it. But with YouTube videos, you can absolutely do that, okay, with YouTube videos. And then so I started setting up ways with referral traffic to get around that and all that. So, and we're going to walk through that in the campaign setup here in just a minute. So keywords, yes, you can do it, but you have to be very, very conservative, especially with local, if you're going to be using keyword search click-throughs, CT spam. Okay, so just be careful with that. We'll talk about that a little bit more. YouTube videos, go to town. You can spam your YouTube videos, click CT spam your YouTube videos. That's absolutely fine. I've had no issues with that whatsoever. Brand terms are what I call navigational searches, right? So a navigational search is when you're going to search for the company name, or company name plus contact, or company name plus location, company name plus phone number, company name plus service like SEO, or or plumbing, company name plus drain cleaning, company name plus pool cleaning, something like that, right? So those are what I call navigational searches. Okay, and those are very, very important. We're going to talk about that in just a minute. But you can overdo it with any one of these, guys, except for with YouTube videos. I don't worry about that. But with any of the other ones, you can overdo it. Because, again, when we talk about the Google patent here on the next slide, we'll talk a little bit more about brand and navigational searches, but why those are so important. So bear with me, guys. We're going to get there. It'll all come together. Referral click-throughs. This is what I've been using since I started using crowd search. Probably within about the first 3 months of using it, I really started developing my own referral traffic methods using crowd search, which are now somewhat, there's inside of crowd search, and like I said, we're going to set up some campaigns, guys, several campaigns today, so you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. But Dan actually coded in or made that function available now. I used to have to set up manual referral campaigns, which was a pain in the ass to set up, but it worked really, really well. Well, Dan has made it easier on us now, because now we can set up referral traffic campaigns without as much work, and I'll explain that when we, and I'll demonstrate that when we set up some campaigns. Titles, referral click-throughs, titles. That's something I'll show you. You can actually pull up blog posts and do keyword search clicks, search CTs with titles of like blog posts and things like that. YouTube videos, PBNs. Web 2.0s, so powering up your IFTTT networks, press releases, anything else that you want that are linking. Like, this is great referral traffic to send through tier 1 properties to your money site. Okay, so it's a great, great way, guys, and I'll explain why that's so important and why it's so effective here as we go. Supercharging your networks. Inactive links. If you have, let's put it this way, guys, if you have, and this is part of the reason why PBNs aren't near as effective as they used to be. Okay, here's part of the reason. Because And Marco came up with the term link atrophy. Atrophy. That's where when a link atrophies, it loses its power. It loses its effectiveness. And so if you think about this, guys, if you go out and buy a PBN domain, which I don't do anymore at all anymore, I build private link networks. But let's say you buy a PBN domain, you put a link on it, and it's pointing at your money site, but that site gets zero traffic, zero activity. It doesn't get updated very often because you probably don't post to it very often. So that link, is that as valuable as another, let's say you have another site that you have set up, another PBN, that's receiving consistent traffic, even if it's just a trickle, consistent traffic, and it's actually getting click-throughs from that link, from the visitor on that site, on your PBN site, it clicks through to your money site. Which link is going to be given more weight by Google? Which one is going to be more effective for your money site, for your SEO? It's going to be the one, obviously, guys, that gets the traffic. It's getting activity and it's getting click-throughs. That's going to be a hell of a lot more powerful than one that's just sitting out there with absolutely zero activity, zero traffic, right? So you can use crowd search to actually make your inbound links more effective, okay? Boost your network links with traffic. This creates referral traffic. It's safer for your money sites. It increases link weight, which that'll make more sense in a moment. It improves trust flow, and it will help both the money site and the network sites. The sites that you are sending the traffic to for referral traffic to your money site are actually going to benefit from the traffic and activity. Okay? So, campaign setup. Wait a minute, I guess I missed over the patent. So, all right, let's talk about this real quick. The patent, I'm going to drop this. We're going to open that up and take a look at this. This is the Google patent. So where did I learn this? Okay, one of the SEOs, somebody asked me the other day in a, shit, it was a support, Robert Esposito or whatever. He asked in support a question that got to me about, you know, who SEO companies, you know, SEO, what other SEO gurus or trainers out there do I listen to and do I respect? And I gave a short list, a very short list, by the way, of the ones that I learned from and respect. And Ivan Budimir is one of those, and he's the one that taught me about how to use referral traffic and click-through spam like 4 years ago, and that's where I learned how to do it originally. So I want to give him credit. But hold on a minute. Let's say Google patent. Type and talk at the same time, guys, so bear with me. Oh, I already copied that. So this is the Google site weight patent. So this is where I learned about this, was from Ivan Budimir many years ago, about 4 years ago. He didn't have the patent at the time, but he had done a lot of testing. I learned a lot of my local SEO knowledge from Ivan Budimir, and so I know that he had taught me how to do, using microtask workers, how to do click-through spam years ago, and didn't understand completely why it worked so well at the time. I don't know when this patent was filed, or it looks like it was published. Does it show the publishing date when it was published?
Yeah, that's an old patent, man.
Yeah, this is a 2006 patent. I don't remember seeing it back then, but I remember at some point about 2 years ago, I was on a webinar with Ivan, and he produced this patent, and so I was able to actually see it. And this is, I'm pretty sure this is it. They all look the same to me, but I'm pretty sure this is it, because this talks about site weight and page weight. And what it does is, guys, all things being equal, if you have two sites, I know it's impossible to have two sites identical and everything else being equal, but if you had two sites that were similarly optimized, right, in the same industry or even different industries, let's just say if all things were equal, but one site had navigational searches, like there was a history within Google of people searching for the brand name of that business or that website, looking for contact information, what I call navigational searches, then that site is going to will outrank the other site every time, because that site is given more weight. It's given more site weight by Google because of the sheer fact that people are physically searching, actually searching for that brand name. So it's increasing the authority of that site. Google is giving that site more authority because there are people actually searching for the name of that site or that brand name, if that makes sense. So that's what you... Go ahead.
Just read the last two sentences in that abstract tell you everything.
Where it says methods are described to solve the self-consistent equation satisfied by the page weights and site weights in a very efficient, iterative way. The ranking mechanism for multi-word query is also described. Yeah, and if you take a look at some of the images, like this stuff is difficult for me to comprehend. I mean, for me to try to explain it. I've seen it. I understand what's going on. But Google, essentially, when people, again, if you had two plumbing sites side by side, two different brand names, one of them's Joe's Plumbing, the other one's Bob's Plumbing, and let's say Joe's Plumbing never gets any navigational search queries, but Bob's Plumbing gets, 6, 8, 10 a month, where people are searching for Bob's Plumbing plus city, Bob's Plumbing plus phone, Bob's Plumbing plus contact, Bob's Plumbing plus location, Bob's Plumbing plus drain cleaning or water heater repair or whatever, any one of the services that they offer. Bob's Plumbing is going to outrank Joe's Plumbing every day, all day long, because it's got that navigational search, and Google has weighted the site more. It's given it more authority. Okay, so hopefully you guys that makes sense, guys. We got to move on, but I just kind of wanted to explain what that is. So the campaign setup, guys. We're going to get into the crowd search dashboard here in just a moment, but I want to walk through these very quickly, and then the rest of the time will be in actual demo mode, where we'll be setting up campaigns. So search. There are several different campaign types now. There are search campaigns. There used to only be one type of campaign in crowd search when I originally did this training. Now there are three. There's search, there's direct traffic, and then there is drip feeding traffic to PBNs, which is limited in what it does, so I don't use it much. I'll show you that one as well, but there's no reason to give that a bullet on this presentation. So there's the two main types that I use are search and direct. Search is where you set up the keyword type searches. What's cool about it now is it used to be you had to set up every single time you wanted to set up a new campaign or add a keyword, you had to set up a new campaign for each keyword. Now you can set it up and add multiple keywords all at once, which saves some time. That's a pretty cool feature that he worked into crowd search because it was a lot, especially when you have a lot of campaigns like I do. It's a pain in the ass. Brand terms, brand searches, navigational searches, this is what I was talking about, brand plus contact, phone, location, service, keyword. You're going to see some examples of that in a minute. URL, guys, if anybody ever, another navigational type search is like, for example, joesplumbing.com. If somebody searches joesplumbing.com, that's also a navigational search, okay? Referral traffic, you can set up referral traffic with search campaigns, which is that, again, the keyword search plus click-through, and that will actually add some keyword relevancy to your referral traffic. So now you're getting basically a 1-2 punch because you're getting the key, and this will make some sense here when I set up some campaigns. But if you can set up the keyword search click-through from to a Web 2 or social media or something else sort of site, and then push that traffic through to your money site, as long as you have analytics on your site, Google Analytics on your site, they're going to recognize that that traffic came through a social media, but it came from a search first. So it was a keyword search led to the social media click. Then the social media click leads to the money site click. And if you have, and that's a very positive signal, okay? We'll show that here in a minute. YouTube videos, guys, there's search traffic that you can set up for both Google search for YouTube videos or for YouTube search. Okay, so essentially you can have crowd search go to YouTube and search in YouTube for keywords and then click through on the YouTube search results instead of just Google, which is it's powerful for YouTube SEO. Even when you're trying to rank YouTube videos in Google, getting traffic and search keywords click-throughs from YouTube is going to help it rank in Google, okay? Because you're also adding more engagement to the video, and engagement metrics for YouTube videos help them to rank inside of Google. All right? Direct traffic, direct is the campaigns now. You can set up referral traffic using the direct campaign method. I'm going to show you an example of that, so don't worry. But this is really cool because this saves a shit ton of time compared to what it used to be. I've been setting up referral traffic campaigns for a long time, and that's I actually showed Dan what I was doing, and that's why he set this up now, or there's a direct campaign set up now because it shaves a hell of a lot of time on the setup. I'll show that to you in a minute. That's best for referral traffic. It's good for PBNs, IFTTT network sites, press releases, YouTube videos, for embeds, for clicking on embeds. So this is where direct traffic, and I'm going to show an example of this one too. But this is where you can actually have direct traffic go to one of your PBN sites or IFTTT network sites, where if you're doing YouTube SEO, YouTube syndication, and actually click on, like a Tumblr post, for example, click on the Tumblr, the video embed in Tumblr, so that the video plays, you're getting that user metric, that user engagement signal, but it's playing on Tumblr instead of on YouTube, if that makes sense. So that's actually very powerful because it makes that view count because it's on a social media property. So now you're getting engagement on YouTube that is embedded on a social media property. So you're getting social media engagement on the YouTube video as well, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. By the way, if you have Google Analytics on your site, that's great because you're basically you're allowing Google to see all of this activity. If you don't have Google Analytics on your site, if you don't use it, a lot of people are afraid to use Google Analytics. I don't understand why, but whatever. If you just don't like it, you don't want to use it, that's fine. But use goo.gl, which is Google's URL shortener, for some of your referral traffic campaigns, so that you can basically give Google, a window. Like you're allowing Google, you're injecting analytics into the link, so Google can see where all the clicks are coming from and where they're going, and you can basically spoon feed Google social media user engagement metrics through goo.gl. If you have analytics on your site, you don't need to worry about it because it's going to happen anyways. But if you don't, you want to use this, and I'm going to show you an example of that too. Okay. All right. Local campaign setup. We'll walk through this. This will be the last campaign that we set up. But they have geolocation browsing, and when you start to use the local settings, guys, it gets very expensive as far as credit usage, but it works really, really well. So if you're going to be doing a lot of local stuff, guys, it's worth it. It does work well, and I've tested this on several different. Anytime I do map stuff, guys, I set up some search campaigns using the maps, and we're going to walk through one of these setups, so you'll see what I mean. But use this for keyword search click-throughs. You don't want to do this for brands so much, because not if you're going to be doing the maps clicks, and that'll make more sense when I set up this thing. But you use it for keyword search. It's to help you to rank in the 3-pack, guys. Okay. Start with hyperlocal, which is down to the city level. This will make sense again when I set up the thing. If no clicks, back out the state level. Keep click-throughs to very modest numbers. You don't want to do a whole bunch of these, but it doesn't take a whole bunch, which is a good thing because it's expensive when you do it anyways. All right. Okay, so there, semanticmastery.com/crowdsearch me. That's the backdoor access link. Let me get over to set up some campaigns, and we will walk through this. Are you guys digging this so far? Hopefully some of you guys are.
Yeah, this is good stuff, man.
All right, cool. All right, look, so inside of CrowdSearch, guys, you can see, like, what are we? We're on the 18th of the month, and I've spent 21,400 credits this month already. Luckily, I've got almost 200,000 in the bank. So, anyways, I use this a lot. Okay, so I'm going to go into this demo folder here, or actually, I can just add a new campaign from here, and we're going to start setting up some campaigns here, guys. These are the 3 types of campaigns I was talking about. There's the search campaigns, which are here, direct traffic, which is how you can set up referral traffic campaigns without doing the search step up front. I'm going to show you both though, because of the way that you can get some added keyword relevancy from doing it the way that I had been doing it all along. But this is actually a really cool feature for setting up some campaigns very, very quickly. And in the PBN link field, this is where you can drip feed traffic to your PBN sites automatically. But I haven't done enough testing on this to know whether it's that valuable or not. I'm assuming Dan did testing, and it is valuable, and that's why it's here. But I can't personally vouch for the validity of this or not because I haven't tested this much. I know that it's limited in what it does. So, for example, I'll click on this just to show you this campaign. For a drip feed campaign, you'd give it a name. So let's just say I'm just going to say PBN. I'm going to say Masterclass PBN Demo. And then what you would do is you select a group. So I'm going to put this in the demo, and then we put the RSS feed from one of your PBNs in, or it could be an IFTTT network site, for example. Okay, so you can just put an RSS feed in there. So for example, if we did, I don't know, let's say semanticmastery.com. Whoops, I meant to do Tumblr. Tumblr.com/RSS. This is our RSS feed from Tumblr for Semantic Mastery. If I came over here, I'd paste this in. You can add more than one. You can add additional RSS feeds in here. So, like, if you want to put your whole network in, IFTTT network in, you can. Click Next Step. Let's get rid of that. Click Next Step. But you see what happens is you can force the geolocation browsing, which is where it will allow you to set up, what I said with hyperlocal. I don't do this for this type of traffic. I haven't tested it, so I don't know if it would be worth doing or not. And it will play video embeds if you have video embeds on your PBN post, because it's going to go crawl. All it's going to do is load up this page and click through to a link, and then it's going to browse around on the site and click through on something else. The thing is it doesn't give me the ability to direct it to click on a specific link in this type of campaign setup. And the other two you can, which is why I find the other two more valuable, because all this does is it's adding traffic to your site, but it's not giving you the ability to get the click through to your money site or to wherever you want to direct that traffic, if that makes sense. So I don't know how effective this is just for adding traffic to the site. I imagine it's better than not having it at all, but I haven't tested it, guys. So I just want to be transparent and let you guys know that I haven't tested that, okay? Not enough to have any to say one way or the other. All right. But that said, let's get these campaigns set up. Let's do this. So we're about the halfway mark. All right, so direct traffic. This is, let's go back to the slides for just a minute. The direct traffic, I'm going to show you this right here, direct traffic, and I'm going to show you a referral. And so let's go ahead and set up a campaign. I'm going to show you an example of one of these. All right, and so through these demos, guys, I'm going to be using some properties that I had set up for an RYS case study, RYS Academy case study that actually originally. So you guys are going to be seeing some of the sites or properties that I have ranked using RYS methods. So for that, we'll have the RYS Academy link. If you're interested in finding out more about how I did it with RYS, you can take a look at those. But I want to give you an example here of, let's take a look here. If we say SEO Virginia, I know I've showed this a million times, but we have the Google site ranked #1. But if you take a look, #4, I've got a WordPress.com. One of my, it's my bradleybenner.wordpress.com blog. It's just my IFTTT network, right? And that's ranked #4 for SEO Virginia. And if you take a look at this, what's crazy is this page has 0 content. In fact, since I am logged in, I don't know why it's not showing. There's a Google slideshow here, presentation. But you can see there's 0 content on this page. The only content on this page, guys, is this right here. The rest of everything else on this page is just embedded Google Drive files. Not a smidgen of content on this page other than this. This is it. This is all the content right there. The rest of it is just embedded properties, and I'm ranked #4 for SEO Virginia. That's pretty insane, don't you think? 0 content, ranked #4 for SEO Virginia among all those other SEO agencies. Anyways, let's go set up a direct campaign with that. So if I want, I'm going to click on Add New Campaign. I'm going to do a direct traffic campaign. Next step. Campaign name, I'm going to say bbwp.com referral. Just so I know what it is. I'm going to add it to the demo group, and I'm going to paste the URL in here. I've got it set on exact because it's on this since it's direct traffic. Okay. All that means is if you're doing a keyword search or a search campaign, then you can just put the root domain in, or if you put in a full domain like this, like a page or post URL, you can uncheck exact, and it will click on any listing at all that for the domain itself on that page, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm going to go to next step, and here is where I can set geolocation browsing if I wanted. I'm not doing a local campaign here. I'm just doing a referral traffic campaign, so I really don't care about that, but you can if you needed to. We're going to set up a local campaign in a moment, so don't worry about that. But for internal browsing, I want to leave that set to on, but for random browsing, I want to turn that off. Okay, random browsing is okay if you're going to be doing traffic like direct to your money site, because all you want to do is get the traffic to click on other links on your site so that they're showing activity on your site, engagement. That's all that matters. But when you're doing referral traffic, you want to take random browsing and turn that off so that you can tell, because you want a 1-2 step, right? You want to send traffic to the first property and then direct that traffic through a link to the last property, which would be your money site. So you want to turn off random browsing and then direct them where you want them to click. So in this case, if we take a look at that, let's see, this still hasn't refreshed. Oh, it must be cached. I'm going to go take a look at this in, yeah, it must be cached. Firefox must be cached right now, because let me go show you to you in Chrome, and it'll show I edited that WordPress post earlier to add a link just underneath the video or just above the video. It should show in Chrome. Let's see if it does. Oh no, you know what I'm doing? I'm sorry. I did this earlier, but this is in the Google site. So all right, let's just do this. Let's find. I didn't hack a link into this. So what I would do for this one probably is just play a video embed. Okay, guys. So I'm sorry, I got my my property screwed up on that. That's all right. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go over here. And I would turn this random browsing off, or excuse me, I'm not going to do a referral traffic campaign here, guys. I'm going to do a video embed campaign here. I don't know why I said referral here. Anyways, I got my notes screwed up. So what I would do with this one, because I don't have a link available on this page, there's plenty of things to click on. I could probably tell them like to click here, which will take them to the Google Plus page or whatever. But typically, if I'm going to do referral traffic, I'm going to have a link that's really easy to find on the page that I want them to click. So, and since I don't have that set up on this particular post, instead I'm just going to use this one as a play video embeds. So now the traffic is going to come here, and then it's going to click on this YouTube. It's the only YouTube video on the page, and it's going to click on this, and that's going to give me that view, right? And it's going to show engagement on the WordPress.com blog. Okay, and if we go take a look at this, you'll see I put, and I'm going to show you something else here in just a minute. But you can see, I think the publishing date, May 16th, 2015, guys. May 16th, 2015. And I'll show you some of this too, Charlottesville. There's that video. This video was made on July 13th, 2015, and this video has been ranked pretty much ever since, and it's just because of exactly what I'm showing you guys here how to do here, and it was basically crowd search. I did, obviously went through a network, SEO, IFTTT network, but other than that, I set up some crowd search campaigns, and I've got that video to rank, and it's been just over a year now. It's been there. It's been in the top 4. It's always in the top 4. Okay. So, anyways, so for that, I would just say play video embeds, minutes spent to watch. I would do, got a set, let's say 3 minutes minimum, or 3 minutes max, 1 minute min. Social sharing, if you want to add social signals, you can. This is, it's going to use credits. The social signals are really good, actually, because Dan Anton's social network signal service is what's behind this, and it's a very good service. You can schedule traffic dates if you only want traffic to run at certain times. I don't really care about that because I want it to run. And this is where you set your search boosts per month. For this, because it would be, and this is not referral traffic, I'm going to say this is YouTube embed. For search boosts per month, it's up to you. Something like this, I would probably want to do, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 searches per month. Or this is essentially because it's direct traffic, guys, all I'm looking to do with this campaign is actually get the click-through or the video embed play. So this is more of a video SEO campaign that I'm setting up than it is to benefit this WordPress site. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys are getting that. That's what. So my point is I would be, if I set just like this is telling I'm going to add 20 views to that video in the course of the next month. Go ahead.
Can I stop you for a second?
Yeah.
The reason why that's happening is, and this was discussed Monday, the credit goes to the YouTube video.
Right.
So even though that's on WordPress, the credit goes to the YouTube video, but the engagement happened on the WordPress blog, so you're getting a 2-for-1.
That's right. So there it is, guys. The minutes on visit, it's just like minutes spent to watch up here. You're going to have to set the maximum first before you can adjust the minimum. But typically for videos, like I think this video itself is only 58 seconds, but this is actually looking at the time spent on site. So essentially what I'm telling this to do is that when they land on this WordPress.com post, they're going to spend between 2 to 4 minutes or 2 to 5 minutes on the page, and at some point they're going to click the video embed and let it play from 1 to 3 minutes. Even though it's only a 58-second video, I could reduce that down to 2. Does that make sense? You guys get all that? Hopefully you understand that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and click save, and we're going to move on to the next campaign. So we've got a few more to get through. We only got 20 minutes. So that was a direct traffic campaign for an embed. Okay, a direct traffic campaign for an embed. Okay. The next one we're going to do is we're going to do a couple video click-through campaigns right now. I know we just did one because my notes were screwed up. But we're going to do a couple different types of video click-through campaigns right now. Then we're going to go to we'll do a couple website click-throughs and a local setup too. Okay. So the next one, and we're waiting on crowd search to refresh. It does this when you submit a campaign. It takes a few minutes. So we have to give it a minute. But I'll set us up for until then. This is another test that I had done. All right. Let me while we're waiting on that, let me show you this. So this video for SEO Charlottesville, VA. I told you guys I pushed this through my How to SEO network when I originally uploaded the video, or I live streamed it, or whatever the hell it was that I did. It went through my networks. But then all I did, guys, was I set up a crowd search campaign doing referral traffic through social media properties to click through to this video. Okay, and it's like I said, I've ranked this a year ago, and almost a year ago, and it's been ranked ever since. I haven't had to do anything else because of what I was able to do. And what I was talking about in this slide over here with using the Google shortener, link shortener, if you have no analytics on your site, or if you want to be, if you're going to be doing this for video SEO, right? So you're doing video click-throughs. and you want to make sure that Google is aware of where your traffic is coming from when they hit YouTube, although it is YouTube, so they should know anyways. Or if you're just curious and you want to see, if you use the goo.gl short URL, you can basically inject analytics into any click. So let me show you what I mean. This is the goo.gl short URL for that same video that you're looking at right here. Okay, and so you can see way back in July of 2015, I took that gol.gl short URL and I used that in IFTTT posts that a post that I had syndicated out from you know, my main site, whatever blog I was using at the time, to syndicate out across the Bradley Benner IFTTT network. So it put the goo.gl short URL in the post, and then I would go tell CrowdSearch to go find those posts in Google.com, right? So in the search results, go find those posts and then click through to the post, and then click the goo.gl short URL, which would make them land on the video watch page, which would register as a watch. So I'm getting the user metrics. Plus, I was able to show click-throughs from various social media properties because I set up multiple campaigns. So you can see t.co, which is Twitter. You have this is a WordPress, or that's a WordPress.com site. Here's another Twitter, more clicks coming from Twitter. There's a few others in here, Google.com, BradleyBenner.tumblr.com. There's a few of them in here, WordPress.com. So you can see that you can actually, what I did was I basically bought a retweet gig, from Fiverr, and I had the goo.gl short URL in a tweet. I'm going to show you the tweet here in just a minute, or one of the tweets. I did several of them around this time, but the one that I had the retweet gig for is I had this goo.gl short URL in the tweet, and then I had the URL retweeted, or my tweet retweeted about 2,000 or 6,000 times, roughly, right? 6,000 times, and every time it got retweeted, it registered as a click from Twitter. And so that I was able to force it made it look like this video went viral. Does that make sense? Am I making sense, guys? Like it makes the video look like it goes viral by using the goo.gl short URL and then sending referral traffic from various social media properties through that goo.gl short URL to the actual YouTube video. Now you're mimicking a viral video effect. And so it ends up helping you to rank. I've done this on several occasions. This is the only one that I've shown publicly. And I show this still because it worked so damn well. Does that make sense? Hopefully you guys are getting that, okay? So let's go take a look at that tweet real quick because I have that pulled up here. All right, so here's an example. I put a hashtag in this tweet. This one would just, this is actually the campaign we're going to set up here because this isn't the exact same tweet that I did for this URL shortener thing, trick. But I put a hashtag in a tweet, and we're going to set up an embed campaign, a direct traffic, or excuse me, we're going to set up a search traffic campaign to play a video embed on a Twitter property. Okay, but let me show you what this looks like. If we go over here, and I put hashtag Charlottesville SEO, okay, you're going to see that right here. Number 7, I guess it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6 is the tweet URL. So if we click this open, you'll take a look. All this is that SEO Charlottesville video that's embedded in this tweet. I had another tweet that had the short goo.gl short URL, but you can see that this one got retweeted. That's right, because if I remember correctly, I did it twice. I did one with 5,000 embeds. 5,000 retweets, and then I did another one with 1,000 retweets, and in total I got 6,454, and you can see the 1,000 retweets here. But remember, guys, that's called a social embed, by the way, because every one of those retweets is another embed, right? And so for us to set up a direct traffic campaign, a search traffic campaign, Charlottesville SEO, hashtag Charlottesville, then SEO, okay, that's going to be the first step is to search, and then it's going to click through and go to Twitter. So let's do this real quick. We're going to do an organic search campaign. Next step, campaign name, we're just going to say Twitter Embed Demo. I'm going to put that in the demo group. I'm going to select a campaign type. If you have multiple keywords, you can do that. In this case, I'm just going to do single keyword. Excuse me. I'm going to take hashtag SEO, or Charlottesville SEO, excuse me. Paste that in here. Then I want to grab the tweet URL, which is here. and I want to put this in here, and I want to say exact because I don't want them clicking on any Twitter URL. I only want them clicking on my Twitter URL, that specific tweet URL. Okay, so I'm going to select Google, and I'm going to, I don't do the keyword tracking at all. In crowd search, I don't even know how well it works. I just never use it. I have my own trackers, just so you know. Next step, it's going to take a few seconds for it to calculate, or go out and search, do whatever it's doing in the background. So in the meantime, while we wait on that, let me go over another one. Okay, so we'll come back to that in a minute and finish setting that campaign up. Here's another one, so we can send some traffic from Tumblr. We want to now send some traffic from Tumblr. We're getting some traffic from Twitter now. Well, we will once the campaign finishes setting up in just a moment. But now we want to send some traffic from Tumblr, because again, now you're getting traffic to YouTube videos coming from both Twitter and Tumblr, and it's giving that viral effect and the social media engagement on other social platforms. All right, so here's another one: SEO Charlottesville, VA, Tumblr. I just added Tumblr into the search query. If we click on this, you're going to see the #1 position is that Tumblr post. So if we click on that and open it up, you'll see this is just a Tumblr video post. And here we can send referral traffic. We can do a direct click-through if we want a search click-through to this video, and then tell crowd search just to play the embed. And we can we could set up another campaign as well, or just do this instead, is have them have a keyword search campaign click through to the Tumblr post, and then click through from the YouTube URL here to the YouTube watch page. So now you're getting referral traffic over to YouTube instead of just the embed, clicking on the embed on Tumblr. They're both valuable. I find the referral traffic is more valuable now that we have the ability to play embeds with crowd search. We didn't used to have that ability. You used to have to click through to the watch page to get the video to play. Now we have embeds, but when you start sending referral traffic to money sites, that's where it really, really helps. Okay, just so you know. So let's go back real quick. We'll finish that out in a minute. So this is showing that right here, geolocation browsing. I don't care. This is not a. I haven't. Look, I've been able to get the results that I desire sending referral traffic without geolocation browsing, because that's a hell of a lot more expensive credit-wise. So I'm looking for the referral traffic metrics, not so much the IP location metrics. That we use in the local search campaigns, which I'll talk about in a moment. Okay, so I don't care about that. I haven't tested this though, so it might be valuable. Those of you that are going to start setting up some of your own campaigns, you may want to test that referral traffic using geolocation browsing. Okay. Internal browsing. If I'm just doing an embed, I can leave this just the way that it is and just click on Play Video Embeds. Same thing. I'm going to want to set my max and my min, but I'm going to turn Play Video Embeds off and show you what direct or referral traffic would look like. I would turn random browsing off, and then if I wanted to send the referral traffic, which is this one, this is the YouTube URL that I would put in there. It's that short YouTube URL that was in this post right here. See that? So I could set up two separate campaigns, one to just play video embeds, excuse me, and then I could also set up a separate campaign to click through to here. In fact, I could probably do it both on the same campaign. Look at that. So I could get an embed and a click through from this same campaign. Does that make sense? So you guys get what's happening there? The traffic comes in, it searches for SEO Charlottesville, VA, Tumblr, which is going to associate some keyword relevancy through that Tumblr post anyways. Then once they land on the post, it's going to click the play the embed, and then it's also at some point going to click through over to the YouTube watch page. Okay? So that's how you set those up. Again, you can set social signals if you want. You can schedule the traffic. SmartRank, those of you that aren't familiar with SmartRank, it'll tell you based on like keyword search volume from Google and stuff like that. Like they have their own proprietary algorithm that will determine what they think is the best setup, number of searches per month plus time spent on visit. I found that for a lot of local terms that sometimes it's like it will only give you 5 searches per month, and like to me that it depends, but oftentimes that's not enough. So I usually turn SmartRank off, and for videos and stuff I usually turn it off and kind of crank it up, because videos I abuse a little bit more, if that makes sense. So for search boost per month, I might say something like, for something like this, it's not a lot. I don't need a lot. I'd say maybe 15 or 20. per month. It depends. If you're trying to make it like a viral effect, guys, you're going to want to crank this shit way up, but just for like 24 hours, right? So like if you do like a big retweet gig like this, and you get 6,000 clicks, essentially is what it registers as, then you might want to boost up for just a 24-hour period, get a hell of a lot of search boosts, because otherwise it gets a whole bunch of embeds, a whole bunch of clicks. It registers as clicks, but it gets a whole bunch of embeds without a whole bunch of views. That looks a little bit funny, right? So instead, if you want, you can mimic actual user engagement too by using crowd search when you do that. And that's what I don't think I did that with this one, actually. If we take a look at the view count, yeah, see, it's only registering 193 views. So I don't think I did that with this one, but you can do that as well. All right. All right. So anyways, let's wrap this one up and we'll go to the next one. So let's say I was going to leave it just like that. We'll say minimum of 2 minutes, maximum of 4 minutes. I'm going to turn this way down because that's way high. Let's do like 15. Click save. All right. So that was basically, you guys saw 2 search campaigns for videos. One which was a embed for the Tumblr one, then the one for for Twitter. Then for the Tumblr one, we showed both an embed recipe, or campaign, as well as a referral traffic campaign, and we did that both in the same campaign, which is pretty cool because you used to have to do those separately. So now we're going to look at the website click-throughs. We're going to do 2 of them here, and then we don't have time for questions. All right, so search traffic plus brand plus service, referral traffic. So guys, remember, if we come back over here, we were talking about navigational searches. This is really, really, really important. If you're going to do direct traffic or search traffic to your money site, direct to your money site, then I don't recommend doing keyword search at all, other than in a local campaign for maps, and I'll show that to you. That's going to be the very next one that we set up after. We only got 2 left, all right? But if you want, you can do keyword searches for referral traffic, and that then goes to your money site. That's fine, but I just don't do keyword searches direct to money site. Okay, only through maps do I do that. All right. So based on that, a search traffic campaign for brand plus service, and I'm going to give you some examples here. So here's one. Let's say Big Bamboo SEO, right? So that's what I was showing you with this RYS Academy stuff. Like I rank for all types of keywords. #1, like Virginia SEO. Look, I rank above maps. Isn't that crazy? That's absolutely crazy. So here I'm going to paste in Big Bamboo Marketing SEO, so I'm getting my brand term in there as well as one of my services that I provide. And just so you guys know, here are some examples, and I know we're running out of time. I promise I'll be done in a few minutes. This is probably hard to see, but like here's some examples. Big Bamboo Marketing, the navigational terms like contact, phone, location, but there's also the navigational searches with the keyword or services like Big Bamboo Marketing SEO, Big Bamboo Marketing Video SEO, Big Bamboo Marketing Social Media. BigBambooMarketing.com. That's another navigational type search. So right here, Big Bamboo Marketing SEO, and you can see right here is the SEO for Virginia Google site. And here's Google My Maps, by the way. These are RYS properties, guys. The WordPress.com, right? So, anyways, the Virginia SEO site, you can see that that's what I would have as the first click-through, and then I would turn internal browsing off, or leave internal browsing on, but turn random browsing off, and then I would click through from this site to my money site. So, and you can see this is the one I was talking about. I'm showing strike-throughs, guys, for no-follow, but you can see that I hacked a link in. I just did this today. I put this link in here above this video so that I can tell crowd search for Big Bamboo Marketing SEO, then click through to the Google site URL. Once you land on that, I want you to scroll down and find the link to Big Bamboo Marketing and click on that. And what's that going to do? Well, I have Google Analytics on this site. So Google Analytics is going to see referral traffic coming in that originated from search, because remember, we're in a Google funnel here, guys, right? We're starting on Google.com. We're doing a keyword search, or in this case, it's a brand plus keyword search. We're clicking through to a Google site. You could do this with YouTube and Blogger as well. And then clicking through that link to my money site, which has Google Analytics on it. So Google is seeing the entire path, the entire journey of that click, that search, from where it originated in the search all the way through to finally on my money site, and then probably taking an action on the money site, like clicking through another link, right? So it's showing extremely powerful signals, right? So let me try to jump in here and add that campaign really quickly, and then we'll do the last campaign, and then we're done. One more campaign.
While you're doing that, I mean, the key to this is that you created an entity, and you're sending signals all over Google for your entity. And just as a tease for the guys, we're actually developing a way to curate content onto G sites so that you can add quality curated content. I think you're updating curation mastery, and I'm hoping to have that when you update the training. As soon as the script is ready to add the curated content, we're good to go. We'll be testing, just so people know.
Okay. All right, guys, we're almost at the hour, so we're going to run through this as quickly as I can, but we're going to select. You can see I just gave it a title, put it in the demo category, single keyword. The URL is the Google site. That's the first step. Keyword Big Bamboo Marketing SEO. That gives us that navigational, that brand search plus the actual service. So that's really good metric, a good signal. It's associating SEO with Big Bamboo Marketing. It's adding site weight, right? It's building our site weight. It's a navigational search. Now we're going to select Google and click Next Step. We'll give that just a moment. And while we do that, we'll look at one more. The next thing that we're going to set up once that completes, we'll do that very quickly. And the last one we're going to do is set up a local search traffic campaign for maps. And I'm going to give you an example for that. If we come over here, let's do the search term of Marketing Consultant Virginia, because my my Google Plus listing for Big Bamboo Marketing was never optimized for SEO agency. It was optimized for marketing consultant when I first set it up in 2012, and I've never updated it. So, because I don't get, I get all my clients from, well, most of my clients from referrals. I get freaking leads from this RYS stuff from SEO Virginia all the time. I just quote them so high because I don't want to do it. So, anyways, I'm going to click Marketing Consultant Virginia, and if we scroll down, you can see that I'm not in the 3-packs, right? If I click on more places. Let's see, I'm down here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Big Bamboo Marketing is down at number 6. So I'm going to set up a local maps campaign right now with you guys that will, you know, it might push it into the 3-pack. It might require some additional SEO like link building, adding some content to the site to optimize for marketing. I'm not going to put all that work in there to push us in the 3-pack. I'm just showing you how to set this campaign up, guys. So if you want to go back and monitor, see if this had an effect, that's fine. Just know that I'm not putting any additional work into ranking this in the 3-pack for Marketing Consultant Virginia because I honestly don't care. I'm not looking to take on more client work. So I just want to make you guys aware of that. So as soon as this is done, we'll set up the last campaign. And then we'll wrap it up. In the meantime, do we have any questions that can be answered very quickly?
Let's see, just taking a look over. Brandy was asking about pasting in the full contents of your notepad notes.
Yeah, I can do that. Sure.
And then Wayne's saying, I know it may vary, but how many credits did it take to rank your video? Not sure exactly which one he was talking about, but probably the viral one.
Yeah, I don't remember because I know I did the retweet campaign and I did. It's hard to tell because these numbers are skewed here because every time a retweet occurred, it registered as a click, and it happened. You remember this was a year ago that I'd set this campaign, or in July of last year, so almost a year ago. I don't remember off the top of my head. I think I probably used 2,000 credits or so at the time to force this viral effect, but it ranked. I mean, and that's what I said. It ranked in it for SEO Charlottesville, VA. It ranked and it's been in the top 5 for basically a year, and it hasn't budged. And I haven't had to do any other work to it, guys. So that's why. Come on, crowd search. Oh shit! I guess it canceled that campaign when I clicked off to the side. That's okay. You guys saw. Yeah, you guys saw me start to set it up anyways. All I was going to do was just set the metrics in there, but it was no different, guys. I was just going to set the internal browsing on, leave that on, random browsing off, and I was going to put bigbamboomarketing.com as the link that I wanted it to click once they landed on this site, right? So that was the 2-step. Then from there, they would still click another link on site. So on the Big Bamboo Marketing site, they'd find another internal link to click, okay? So we're going to set up one more and then we're done. The last one we're going to do is organic search. This is going to be for maps, local, okay? So I'm going to click next step. Campaign name, let's just give it local demo. Let's see, Big Bamboo Marketing Consultant, something like that, just so I know what it's for. All right, I'm going to put that in the demo group. Single keyword. The URL is going to be bigbamboomarketing.com, which I built that site in 2012 and I've never updated it. I don't get work from my website, just so you guys know. If it's an awful site, I just don't care. I'm going to put exact. Keyword is going to be Marketing Consultant Virginia. And I'm going to click Google and click Next Step. As soon as this comes back, I'll walk you through the settings on the local search campaigns, guys, and then we were going to wrap it up. In the meantime, oh, sorry I didn't press share, guys. I meant to. Let's see. Yeah, Randy, the video will be in the training section, absolutely. In fact, this video is going to go public. This will be a public video. So, okay. Let's go back and check it, see if it's done. Come on, crowd search. So, anyways, while I'm waiting on that, so there's I told you guys, at least I think I told you guys, maybe it was Mastermind, but a few months ago I picked up a client. Well, it's been a long time client of mine, but they expanded. They're a limo service company, and they expanded into wine tours for the city that they're located in, and it's a new. We set up a subdomain site targeting just wine tours, and we've done some. I've done pretty much all like ninja SEO stuff to get that to rank, and we're in the 3-pack now for our main keywords, which is pretty cool. It's been probably 4 months. It's a very, very competitive industry, and Virginia wine tourism is quite a pretty competitive industry, and particularly in the city that this company is located in, because there's a shit ton of wineries. It's a big thing to do there, and so very, very competitive. And it took about 4 months to get into the 3-pack, but pretty much all that I did, guys, was like the stuff that exactly the same stuff that I teach you guys. And in fact, one of the things that I did, I was in the position number 4, so I was right outside of that the 3-pack, and I was stuck there for about, I don't know, maybe 10 weeks. No, not that much. Yeah, I guess maybe it was. It was under 3 months, but it was about 2.5 months before I was just stuck at 4. So I set up. I didn't even realize that they had the maps campaign or the maps. What I'm going to show you here, whenever CrowdSearch decides to finally finish refreshing, I'm going to show you exactly what I did. I didn't even know that was available, and I just never paid attention. And I ended up realizing about 6 weeks ago that was a function that was available inside of CrowdSearch, and so I set it up. And now that I can't show you the listing, guys, but that listing is in position C. It went from number 4 to number 3. Very competitive industry. And for my top 2 keywords, I'm in the 3-pack now for that wine tour site. And
yeah, sorry to interrupt you, but for
okay.
all the RYS people, you guys should be salivating with this, because this is how you create that semantic web entity, and how you create that relevancy and relationship between my maps and the map listing, and how you just force it up into the listing.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, CrowdSearch, because we're like way over. I just want to finish. I want to make sure I get through this last one. Here we go. All right. Okay, so geolocation browsing, I'm going to turn that to on. This is what I mentioned earlier, guys. Obviously, you want to try to go all the way down to your most local level, all the way down to the city. However, there are some areas that you won't get any traffic at all. You'll get no activity, because they might not have IPs located there. So if you set up a campaign all the way down to the city level and give it 2 or 3 days and go check the activity, and if you're not seeing any activity, then back out to put by city to any, and go back just to the state level, and then you'll start receiving traffic. It's not as valuable. It's still valuable, but it's not as strong. Okay. Anyways, let's go United States and come down here. Go to Virginia by city. We got to wait for it to refresh. There we go. All right, and I'm going to go down to Charlottesville. Right there. Okay. Actually, no, I'm in Culpeper. What the hell am I doing? I'm thinking because of the SEO Charlottesville thing earlier. So let's go to Culpeper. Why am I not seeing it? OPQR. Right there. Hard to see. Sorry, guys. Okay, so Culpeper. I suspect I probably won't get much traffic from here. Charlottesville, yes. Culpeper, no. So I might have to back it out a little bit. But advanced local map search, this is what you want to turn on. When you turn that on, what this is going to do is actually, it's going to go, let me walk you through the process here. It's going to say, this is what it's going to do. Okay, so the crowd searcher is going to search for the keyword phrase that we set, marketing consultant Virginia, and it's going to come right here to where it says more places, and it's going to click on that, and then it's going to find the link that you added that you want it to click on, in this case Big Bamboo Marketing, and it's going to click on the listing to pull it up, and then from there it's going to click through from the website on the website button all the way through to the website. So it creates that search, find, locate, interact on the Google Plus listing or the Maps listing. It's no longer really a Google Plus listing, right? It's a Maps page. So it interacts on the Maps page. What I mean by that is, and I just gave myself a bounce signal, but it clicks on here to expand the details, and then from there it clicks on the website and goes through to the actual website. Okay, so that's what it's doing. So internal browsing. You can leave it on like that. If the random browsing, remember you're clicking on the map search, so this is where you want to take the website URL and paste that in. So I'm just going to copy. In fact, I'll just copy it from here because you want to tell it to click on that link, if that makes sense. Because otherwise, it's still going to interact on the listing, but it won't click through to your website. You've got to tell it to click through to your website. So you're getting referral traffic from Maps. Okay, I'm not sure what this random browsing start point means. I haven't looked into that yet because that's new. That wasn't even there just a couple weeks ago. Video embeds, there's none, so don't worry about that. Social sharing, that's up to you. Schedule, you can if you want. Smart rank, I would turn this off. And I talked about being modest or conservative with these numbers. So for something like this, I might do like 10 searches per month. That's fine. And for website traffic, guys, or I like to spend time on site, I like to jack that up a bit, because those are huge ranking signals, guys, when you have a lot of time on site. So I like to put something up, maybe like, I don't know, maybe we'll do 4 to 8 minutes on this, and then I would click save. And you can see it's only 1,800 credits per month. That's not too bad. Okay, it's not too bad. I'm on a 50,000 credit per month plan, so I use damn near all of them every month. All right, so that was it. Do you guys find that useful?
Hell yes.
Man, that rocked. That was awesome. I hope people can see how far you can take that, how far you can manipulate that, and all of the shit that you can do. I always tell people, think outside the box, right? Which is exactly what you're doing. You took this crowd search and you made it your own. It's your own playground because nobody's using it that way. And so that's what people need to do. This is what I tell them. We give you a foundation. We give you like the base. But outside of that, you're welcome to do whatever the hell you want. But go make money first, right? Yeah. Don't test and then decide that you're going to try to make money. Make money with what we give you, and then go and test all you want. But at least you're going to have that money coming in, so that you can fund, right, all of those experiments and all of these other money making ideas that you have.
Yeah, and I mean with crowd search, guys, I mean, like I said, it was just, I knew that the tool was damn powerful the moment I saw it, because I was actually on the beta, the pre-launch webinar that he did, and that's why I got in with so many credits for a good price. And I saw your question, is it David? About Scott. Sorry, Scott. You said that, yeah, you wish you'd run a deal on credits. I get that, but to be honest with you, man, if you're making money from what you're doing, like it's effective. It's flat out effective. So I just kind of, it's the same thing with, like, whenever I take on a client, I expect to spend about 40% of whatever their monthly fee is goes right back out into keeping them ranked, or to ranking them, if that makes sense. So to me, I just would factor in the cost of crowd search credits into any campaigns that I'm doing. And if you haven't done that yet, then from now on, when you quote new campaigns, factor that cost in. Because again, it's very, very effective. I've seen incredible results with crowd search since I started using it in November of 2014. And I've had other people say, well, I tried to use it and I didn't see any results, so I canceled my service. I guarantee you it's because they weren't using it right. You use it the way that I taught you guys today. This is all the ninja stuff that I just came up with just from playing and testing. and it works really, really well. And that's why I've been a paying customer since November of 2014, because it's something that it's just part of all my SEO campaigns, really.